Hello everyone, this is Yegmaster 11 and or Sun God Ra, whichever name you want to call me, go for it. This is my tutorial of how to create a Minecraft server. Of course, I come from a place, or a forum, where people keep asking me, how exactly you create a Minecraft server? I mean, it's a little bit complicated, but I guess some people are not exactly computer equipped. I didn't know how to do it at first, so don't worry, it's a little complicated at first. Alright, first thing we're going to do, this is a basic server, not a bucket server. If you know what bucket is, then you might want to go to another video, or maybe I'll explain it afterwards, but it's another process. Basically what you want to do is you want to go to Minecraft.net, which I already have up here, and you want to download the multiplayer. Now, usually you just want to go to Play Minecraft, just click on the download thing. Alright, it says multiplayer server. I already have it in a folder, but you want to click on this. This allows you to download the Minecraft, the Minecraft server itself. I already downloaded in this test server little folder here. You just want to click on that. And basically what it's going to do is it's going to create all the files you're going to need. The world, the band IPs, if people do something bad like griefing or stealing, whatever you don't like, you just type in their P, they can't come in again, usually, unless you're which I'll get into a minute of how that's possible to get in. Bad players, just type in their name, they can't get in. In most cases, ops, who you want, like special server powers. And this you don't need to mess with. It's just pointless blobber. This is like a log, basically what goes on in the server. And then this is your basic control panel. What is allowed and what is on the server. Allow Nether. I think that's quite obvious. It allows you to control the Nether, turn it on and off. The level of your world, basically this world. If you make another world, like say you name it World 2, you type in that, correspond with your World 2 that's already in this folder here. You don't want to mess with this. Allow flight, false, true. This allows people to fly around. Usually, it's okay to have that with a creative server. With a survival server, that's like cheating. Server port, we'll get to that in a minute. Level of default, you don't really need to mess with that. You don't even mess with this either. Don't really need to mess with this unless you want to spawn a certain level seed. Server IP, you kind of don't need to mess with this. I'll show you why. Spawn NCPs, the test certificates, if you're familiar with those, the Squidward people. Whitelist tells it that way only certain. If you type in true instead of false, that will make the whitelist active and it will allow only certain people to get in, like you or maybe your friends or something like that, to only get in, which is good, especially for forums like myself. Spawn animals. I think that's quite obvious. Allows you to spawn animals. Online true. This allows people with only the official client on if it's true, and if it's not, it will also allow people with fake clients, such as I have one here that I sometimes use. The Minecraft launcher here, based off the alpha one, and also hack clients, which have certain gifts, I guess you could say, which allow a bunch of different stuff, especially for griefers. So you don't want those people on your server; they're assholes. PvP true allows people to kill each other and stuff, that sort of thing. Good for survival. Difficulty, I think that's obvious how hard or not so hard of a server you have. Game mode, creative, survival. 0 meaning survival, 1 being creative. Spawn monsters, should be obvious. Creeper, no creeper. Generate structures, NPC villages, dungeons, stuff like that. View distance, this kind of helps reduce lag, so you might want to make it 6, or depending on the RAM of your computer. And this is just kind of like when you go into the server, before you type in the server, it should say some sort of motto, I guess. Or, like, for me, I'll be survival ZTV, something like, I fucked that up. Survival ZTV. Excuse my language. Okay, then, after that, you want to type in, this number right up here. The 192.168.1. This may depend on your router, but this is the usual case for most. Okay, let me try that again, because a thing is supposed to come up. Okay. Let me go. I'll go into Drudge Report. This is where I get my news. Rick Santorum. Alright, okay, so usually when you go to this, they'll ask you for a password, or like a username or a password. Usually it's either admin or admin password. You try those. or you might have edited them yourself, so you probably already know what that is. Or if your parents kind of control that thing, ask your parents maybe if they allow this sort of thing. I don't want to be a bad influence or anything. Now, usually again, it depends on your router. So I use Linksys. So you want to go to applications or gaming, something similar to that, something with port forwarding. Because see how it says right here, single port forwarding. You just want to go to something like that. Because basically, what you're doing is the port here, 25565, which is the default port for the server. And don't save. For me, you want to type, if you have Linksys, which there should be a similar system, you want to type in Minecraft somewhere, so it corresponds to what it's for. Then you want to type in what the external and internal port is, 25565, and you can also use other ports. Just change that port thing within that file I showed you. Then you want to go to your IP config, which I already have up. If you don't know what that is, search. I have Windows 7, so type in CMD, and you should get it. So I already have it up, and plus my bucket servers, which I don't think anyone's on. That's a first. Okay, so then you want to type in IP config. Now, if you're familiar with IPs, each computer has different IPs. There's the IPv4 address, which is what you're going to type in, your subnet mask, and your default gateway, which is that's what gets you to here. That's usually the one you want to type in. As you see, it kind of corresponds. Yeah, that's your default internal IP. Then, if you want to know your other IP, if you want to like disguise, because what I did was I used a program called DYN DNS, as well as actually a site. It disguised my IP, but they're no longer running a free service. So, if you want to know your actual IP, because you want to know that, you want to tell that to people. Well, let me get to this. You want to type in that internal IP. So for me, it's 192.168.1.111. So you want to type in that and then check mark it. Again, it depends on the router. Usually a router has a similar DR system, so you just want to, I wouldn't want to screw up anything. Just try to find something around port forwarding or applications and gaming. It should have some sort of idea. Just click a few buttons and stuff, look around, and play around, I guess. You just want to be careful. The last thing you want to do, if it should work. Yeah, the server should work. You don't want to type in the IP here. Why? I don't know, but it screws up everything, especially if you had a Hamachi server before, which I did. And I learned how much Hamachi sucks, and it does. But the thing is, you want to search in your own IP so you can give it to people, so they can come in and have a good time. So what you want to do is go to Google, or whatever search engine you like best, if it's Ask or Yahoo, whatever, and just say, what is my IP? What is my IP address? And in my case, it's 24637262. And if you try logging into a server, you can't because it's waitlisted. So but if it's anyone from my forum, then you should be good. So yeah, this is pretty much it of the tutorial, because I'm running a little long. So I'm gonna leave it here. Good luck. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And if you're from my server / forum and all that, PM me, or just complain to me. Fix my server, because you people are annoying. So, yeah, that's it. Pretty much it. I am the Yegmaster 11, and on Urban Dictionary it says I'm a thief, but whatever. Haters gonna hate, bro. And I'll see you later.